Good morning, Namaskara, and welcome to all the families who have joined the 114th edition, the Children's Day special of QShala Family Quiz. And was so happy to see all of your faces. Yes, that is one of the things. Please do switch on your videos. You can also see our guest quiz master here, right? So all of you make sure that your videos are on. Give us your bright smiles. We want to see all of your excitement, right? This is so beautiful to see so many faces here. Yes, a couple of heads up, like I mentioned. So do switch on your videos. And all of you must have observed that all of you have been muted by default, right? So you will only be asked to unmute when there is something for you to speak. So till then, keep yourself muted. And this, let me give you a couple more heads up actually before we start off. By then, all of you can keep your videos on and be ready. And I see quite a few of you putting in first on the chat box. Yes, if this is the first time that you're joining the QShala Family Quiz, and so type in first on the chat box for all of us so that we know that you're here and you're very excited, right? Superb, right? And also, there are a couple of small bits of mistakes that we've added in between. So let's see how critically thinking pro all of you are. So tell us on the chat box if you spot any mistake in the quiz, right? So this was our initial bit here. A lot of firsts that I see. Very happy to see all of you. So yes, we've started our engagement, started the quiz for today. Let's see the next bits. Let's see what we have at stake here. This is superb. I'm getting a lot of messages where they're saying, I got an autograph book from Sudha Murthy ma'am last time ma'am was here. It is one of my prized possessions. Superb. So Aditya, there are a lot of giveaways today also. So all of you, not just Aditya, all of you should definitely get those. Now for the next 2 minutes, I know all of us are excited. We're so happy as well. So let's do a quick round of 2 minutes. All of you breathe in and breathe out, right? Let's do a small bit of meditation, right? There'll be audio that will be playing right now. Quick breathe in and breathe out. Close your eyes if you'd want to as well. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. You all have to be answering questions, listening to stories. So get ready. Keep yourself calm, get comfortable. In the next 1 hour, it will be aram. Okay? Still see excitement even when the eyes are closed. Superb. Close your eyes, 1 more minute. Superb. Open your eyes slowly. And now, like I mentioned before, all of you have been muted by default. You will not be able to unmute yourself, right? So you will be asked to unmute when there is a question. So I will be telling your name if we're asking you to unmute. So till then, keep yourself muted. If you have any questions or anything, you can put it on the chat box for me. And if you're here for the first time, do not forget to send me a first on the chat box. I am named QShala Anagha. I will be your host for the day. So give me a first in the chat box. Very excited to see so many of you for the first time here. Quick heads up, please unmute yourself only when you're asked to share your answers on Kahoot only. All the instructions for Kahoot, I'll be giving it right now, and join Kahoot back if you get logged out, right? And coming to Critical Thinking Pro, spot our mistakes during the quiz and type it down on the chat box whenever that you see those small mistakes. Let's see how critically thinking pro you are. And from the last quiz, the critical thinking pro, or the mistake that we had put in, was in the question where the spelling of graduation was wrong. So let's see who are the winners of last quiz's critical thinking pro. There were Nainika Sebastian, Dhruv Tara Dalal, Amrita Bharatan, Meenu and Maya K. So big round of applause to all you spotters, all you critical thinking pros. Now coming to the round that is long visual connect. Over the month of November, right, we will be revealing several sets of images every quiz. So each of the images are connected by a common theme. All that you will have to do is find the theme for us. Okay. The first 3 correct answers of today shall be given a shout out in the next quiz. Right. The overall theme will be revealed on 27th November 2022. So let's see if you'll be able to connect. Let's see the first set for today. There are 3 different elements there for you. Top left, there's something that says Trinity College, Cambridge. And on the right, you can see, Bharat written in 2 different languages. And in Hindi, it is written episode 11, Chanakya or Chandragupta Bhag 1. Okay, so this is a major clue for you. And another element is derived from the Arabic word meaning canal. Okay, so this is the first set in the long visual round for this month's long visual connect, right? So this was your first one. From the last quiz, here are the long visual connect winners. Just reading out their names, big round of applause to all of you. Rahul Acharya, Smriti K, Sukrit, Nainika Sebastian, Adya Arna, Janvi Subramaniam, Dhriti Chambarpu, Maya K, Arnavi, Abhyuk, Rajiv Ratnam, Janvi, Amrita, Ashish, and Rajiv Ratnam again. Superb. This is amazing. And a quick shout outs to all the winners of the 113th edition of the QShala Family Quiz. So they were Shubhan, Aniket, Rajiv Ratnam, Akhilesh, Tanushri, Amrita, Smriti Kaushik, Samar, Sneha, and Rakesh. So top 10 winners win subscriptions to Amar Chitrakatha and Twinkle Comics app. Quick note to all the winners from 113th edition of FQ. Due to a technical issue, we are still processing your subscription. You will be receiving them over mail by the end of this week. So that was about the last edition. Moving on to what we have for today. Yes, I'm already getting messages about, ma'am, where are the Kahoot instructions? So here you go. Here are the Kahoot instructions. Before that, how do you feature in the list of winners is like this. Kahoot declares a leaderboard which is based on speed and accuracy. So as important as it is for you to give the right answer, it is also important for you to give it as quickly as possible, right? So ensure you have 2 devices for a seamless experience in the quiz. Device 1 is where you've already joined, you're already set on the Zoom call. The device, second one is, say like your phone or maybe another laptop. So that is for you to key in your answers on Kahoot. So have 2 devices handy is what I would say. All that you will have to do, use your mobile phones or tabs, go to the URL. So go to your browser and in the address line, type in www.kahoot.it and the page will start asking you for a game pin. Hold on, I will show the game pin in just a bit. Once you type in the game pin, it'll ask you for a nickname. Request is that please to give your full name, whatever is your registration name, give that name and you will be set. Okay, there are multiple different kinds of questions that we will be asking. One is a type answer kind where there will be a question that will be displayed and you have to type in the answer in the space provided. Then there is a direct question. And so there'll be 4 options. Just click on one option, a true or false, a statement, either true or false. So simple. Now, our partner for today is Puffin Books India. Puffin Books India is the children's imprint of Penguins Books India. Today, Puffin is one of the largest, most diverse and successful children's brand. About Kahoot, some of you are asking me, should we install Kahoot? Not necessary. You don't need to install any app. You can just go to your browser and you'll be ready. What is at stake today is top 10 overall winners get copies of Mr. Sudha Murthy's The Magic of the Lost Story book. Yes, that is what is at stake. Now, Now's the time to welcome our guest quiz master, Mrs. Sudha Murthy. So Mrs. Murthy was born in 1950 in Shigao, North Karnataka. She did her MTech in computer science, a philanthropist, a teacher, and an author, a prolific writer in English and Kannada. She has penned novels, technical books, travelogues, collections of short stories and non-fiction pieces, and best-selling books for children. Her books have been translated into all the major languages of India. Sudha Murthy is a recipient of the R.K. Narayan Award for Literature in 2006, the Padma Shri in 2006, the Attimabbe Award from the Government of Karnataka for Excellence in Kannada Literature in 2011, and the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 2018 Crossword Book Awards. Most of all, she weaves magical tales and especially enjoys writing for young readers like all of you here. A generation of children has grown up reading her books. And her stories have been included in textbooks across schools in India. A very, very hearty welcome to you, Sudha Murthy ma'am. A lot of children are telling me to say hi to you on their behalf. Super. Super. Yes, a lot of you were asking for a game pin as well. So here you go. The game pin is 7131656. Also, Sudha ma'am, you are unmuted. So you can maybe tell us a little bit about how your morning was, or say a quick hello to all of us as well.
Well, good morning, kids. You are my inspiration. I enjoy writing for you, seeing your face, your reaction. I was traveling extensively and I came late. And my dog Gopi was extremely upset that I left him and I have traveled. So morning he was not talking to me. The moment I want to talk to him, he was running away from me. At the end, I called him, and then he slept on my lap, and that's the reason I was late, a little late by a couple of minutes. And then I gave him food, and then I told him I will not go anywhere for the time being, actually. So I had a nice morning, cajoling Gopi and telling him, Beta, this is my job, I have to go. But when I come back, I will give a tight hug. Okay?
Lovely. Thank you, ma'am. I think Dhruv is also showing that book where that the Gopi Diaries is a book as well. Thank you so much for that, Dhruv. Also, to all of you who are joining in, all that you will have to do is go to your browser, type in www.kahoot.it, enter the game pin that is 7131656. Then you will be ready. Okay, you don't need to download any app, children. So just go to your browser and type in www.kahoot.it. Right, give your full name, please. Do not give any nicknames. It will be very difficult for us to call you or identify. Okay, and also families, remember we have 2 rounds on Kahoot. All questions will be displayed on the Zoom screen as well as on your devices where you will be answering for Kahoot. Also, make sure that you answer before the timer runs out, students. In the first round, Sudha ma'am will be reading out the questions to all of you. We will also have a few families who will be asking ma'am a few questions as well. So on that note, right, yes, for it might be asking for an email address. Please do type in your email addresses, students, and give your full name as much as possible. How many other characters that it would take. Let's take maybe a minute to wait for everybody to join in, and then we will start off. So many of you who have already joined. If you're facing any difficulty, students, in joining, or if you have any doubts, please put it on the chat box for me. Right, yes, after logging into Kahoot, all that you'll have to do is enter the game pin, that is 7131656, no space between 3 and 1, right? And then we will be able to start off. Any email ID is good, students. So type in your email IDs and we will be ready. Wow, we already have 190 of you who have joined on Kahoot. Super. So let us start off. Do not worry, we will not be locking the Kahoot. So you can join in, like if you get logged out as well, students. You enter the game pin by going to www.kahoot.it, students. So the game pin is also on the chat box for all of your reference as well. Right. So on that note, let us start off the quiz for today with our guest quiz master, Sudha Murthy ma'am. The first round is the magic of the lost story round. There will be 5 different questions for all of you, where you will be typing in the answers. All questions are on or about the book itself. So with that, ma'am, here's the first question for the day. It would be great if you could read out the question now.
Water meaning wheeled vehicle in Latin is used by temples during festivals for procession of gods.
So students, also S7L means 7 letters. So look at what might the answer be and type that in.
Water meaning wheeled vehicle in Latin is used by temples during festivals for processions of God. It is 7-letter word. It's easy.
Right, we already have about 100 answers. Ma'am, while our students are answering, here's one thing. So you have mentioned temple festivals in the book quite extensively. So, and you've also mentioned that there were families which took turns in making all the arrangements. So where did you get this inspiration from, ma'am?
Well, I grew up in a village who had a temple, who had, I should not tell the answer, who had a wheeled vehicle in our village, and we used to do that every year, and it was a festival of fun, lights, good food, lots of bananas, family gathering. So I enjoyed it, and I look forward even now to go there because you meet your friends, cousins, everyone.
Ma'am, you still go to these temples even today?
Yeah,
that is
I enjoy
wonderful.
it because it is a get together and it's also a part of a culture actually, and one should not forget it.
Absolutely, absolutely. We already have 165 answers that have come in already, more than 170, I believe. And a lot of children have put it on the chat box for me as well as to they want to answer it. So let's take Priyanka, who has raised her hand as well, to tell us the answer out loud. Let's see if that answer is right. So what do you say, Priyanka?
I think the answer is chariot.
I think it's chariot. Ma'am, what do you say, ma'am? Do you think is the answer?
Of course. Hey,
Well,
Thank you so much
I
for.
was holding the answer because I want to tell immediately there's a chariot festival. Then I remembered, oh, it's the answer. I should. Okay.
So, Priyanka, where are you joining us from?
From Chennai.
Oh, they have a lot of car festival, chariot festival there.
Ma'am, can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, Priyanka.
What inspired you to write this book?
It is the sequel of the previous book, The Magic of the Lost Story. So Nooni is now around 12 to 13 years old girl. And now she's adventurous and she wants to know more about the river and the importance of river. And if I tell you importance of river in simple words, you are not fascinated. The moment I make a story, you all will read. So that made me to write this story.
I actually have read The Magic of the Lost Temple story. I love that story.
This one you read that. This is the sequel of that, and also an independent book in a way.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for that answer as well as the question, Priyanka. And we're very happy that you're joining from Chennai as well. And so a lot of answers, we're just reviewing all the answers because Ratha, we will take those answers because we know that you know the answer, right? So wheeled chariot, so that is how it comes in. So Rath Yatra, Rath is all that we have considered. So superb. So chariots is what we were looking at. Superb job, all of you. That was our first question. And here you can see these stone chariots of South various different temples. Moving on to our scoreboard, we have Joe the Great. Do let us know your actual name on the chat box above. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for us to give you a prize. Then we have Meethi Jain, Didapya, Dhriti, and I think Sagittarius A, you did type your answer for me, or your name for me. Thank you so much for that. Moving on, here's something that we have. So Hari Varshini, who's one of our young audience, so she is here to ask Sudha ma'am a quick question. So Hari Varshini, are you here?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm here. Hello.
Superb. So ma'am is here for you.
Hello, ma'am.
Let me see your face.
Yeah, I'm on my video here.
Okay, fine. Tell me.
Yeah. So my question is, if you had a time machine, which historic event you would witness, or like what incident in your life you would like to relive it?
Well, I want to see a lot. If I have a time machine, one is difficult to tell because I want to see so many things. Maybe I want to see Mohenjo-daro, Harappa, how it was, BC time. Maybe I want to see how was Bhagavan Buddha to look at. Maybe I would like to go and see Chandragupta Maurya's kingdom or Chanakya, maybe in the Nalanda University, which is in Pakistan today, or maybe the Vijayanagar Empire, which is in Hampi. So I have many are there. So it's so hard for me. I just love to see all those things, if time machine permits me.
Lovely. Hari Varshini, where are you joining us from? Let's unmute you.
Yeah, so I'm from Madurai, Tamil Nadu.
Okay. Even I don't mind to see Madurai at the time of Pandya kingdom. Okay.
Lovely. Thank you so much for that question, Hari Varshini. Moving on to our next question here. So going from places and temples to food here. So oil extracted from which GI tag product from Byadgi is used in cosmetics? So that is the question for all of you. Sorry, ma'am, I think I stole your thunder.
Okay, no problem. No problem. You are given the question. It doesn't matter.
Ma'am, also one quick thing that all of them are saying, if you could speak a little bit higher, for a lot of them, it's feeble apparently.
Okay. Hello. Can they hear me better?
Students, do let me know if you can give me a thumbs up.
Is it better?
Okay. We've got quite a few thumbs up, ma'am. I think it's better right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Ma'am, while everybody is giving the question, the answer for it, since you've mentioned about GI tags, that is something that you've mentioned in the book as well. What would you say is the importance of this GI tags, and why should our young audience know about GI tags itself?
Because young audience are in a competitive world, and they should not be ignorant also. Everything is not possible to get in every place, because nature is made in such a way that there are certain things which are possible in certain area. And that's the reason the GI tag is given, in the geographical index. And children should know, and they should be proud about their area if they have a GI tag. And I don't want to give the answer because immediately they will know what is it. But that, I'm from that area near Badagi in Karnataka. And I'm very proud that we have these things. Similarly, in Tamil Nadu, we have, in South Canara, they have a lot of GI tags, which is a function of that land with that weather and many more natural factors. So I wanted our children should know and also be proud about it. And by the way, Karnataka has maximum GI tags.
Oh, that's another trivia for all of you. Hope you're all making note of these as well. On that note, let me invite Anika Shanbag, that is A-N-I-K-A Shanbag, to give us the answer out loud, and let's see if that answer is right.
The answer is chili.
My God, Anita, where is your face? Okay. Oh, Badgi is famous for chilies, and that's the reason they extract the oil from that, and it's a little pungent, but they remove that and it makes them bland, and they will use it in lipstick or in nail polish. Badgi mensinkai in Kannada, Badgi chilies. Okay, mirchi, chili, everything is correct in this. Though it is a 5-letter, it's a Badgi chili, the correct answer. Kashmir saffron, no, it is mild. But Kashmir saffron is mild. Sangli turmeric is yellow. Okay. Then what else is? Rose is pink. No, that is not correct. Okay.
This is my grandmother. She's also a great fan of you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Say hello to your grandmother also. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Kumkum is not correct because the product is kumkum. Coconut is not correct. These are all mild. It is bright red chili of Badgi. Very famous. Yeah.
Lot of chilies is what we're getting. If you've just mentioned chili also, we'll give it to you. No worries.
Give them chili also. Chili. For their age, I would say, okay, chili also.
Ma'am, I also met you last time on 16 January in QShala Quiz only.
Is it better? It's very nice of you. It's very nice.
Thank you so much, Anika, for answering so beautifully, and all of you who have answered brilliantly as well. With that, let's look at the leaderboard, how we are standing. The Jyoti, who's still leading the scoreboard. Then we have Dhriti, Maya, Sukrit, and Rajiv Ratnam. On that note, moving on to a quick question to Sudha ma'am again. So actually, we had to have Master Manjunath from the Malgudi days, the Swami came to ask us a question actually, but since he's a little under the weather, so he couldn't join us. So I will be asking a question on his behalf. So in many of your books, ma'am, you've written about various food from not just different parts of North Karnataka or Karnataka also, but from around the globe. So what would you say is your comfort food?
For me, North Karnataka food is my comfort. That is jawar roti, saag, and sabji. I don't enjoy any other thing. For example, I'm not a rice eater. I'm not a rice eater, which is so unusual for a South Indian. Okay. And, anything with the roti, I enjoy. Like in the North, I like mekke ki roti, sarson ka saag. I require always a roti in a different form and a sabji in a different form.
Wow, thank you so much for that. So jowar roti and all of that as well, and saag and sabzi is what we're getting. If you also enjoy similar roti, jowar and makai ki roti, do put it on the chat box for me, students. Lovely to hear from all of you as well. Jani says, me, ma'am, even I like the jowar ki roti. Let's see what we have next. And also for all of you who have not seen Vyadgi chili, this is how Vyadgi chili looks like, the red, bright red ones as well. Okay, let's move on. Yes, the question is something that we finished. Ma'am, moving on to our next question, it'd be great if you could read it for us.
Which empire on the banks of Tungabhadra had the practice of Tulabhara on the victory day or Navaratri? Victory day is actually Vijayadashmi. In Navaratri, 9 days will be a festival. 10th day is victory day or Vijayadashmi. On that day, there is to be a Tulabhara. Okay, which empire was on the banks of Tungabhadra, where this was an annual practice of Tulabhara was done by the king of the king. And there are many ways to do Tulabhara that I will explain after this. It's very easy actually.
Lot of stories also is what we're overlooking. Superb. I have a lot of answers on the chat box. Children, please type in your answers. It says 12 letters, so it's a long one. Type it in. Don't worry about the spelling. We'll work it around.
Yeah.
Superb. Coming in, answers coming in. 109 already.
Oh my God.
To be honest, children, ma'am has already given you a few clues. Okay, so work around it.
I was just thinking that, oh, if they would have listened to me before, they would have got the answer.
So children, listen carefully, type it in, and lot of hands up as well saying we'd want to answer. Okay, 150 answers have already come in. So just randomly, let's pick one of you to give me the answer out loud. Can we have Avyuk and Rao, that is ABYUKKTH, to give us the answer out loud? Let's see if that answer is right or not.
Ma'am, I think the answer is Vijayanagara.
Ah, right. You got it. You
Namaste,
got it.
madam.
Namaste.
Namaste, madam. Namaskara.
Namaskara. Namaskara.
ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ನಿಮ್ದು.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I can't see anyone's face, beta.
ಫೇಸ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Ayukta and Rao. I can see now. I can see Ayukta and Rao. Okay. Vijayanagara was a great empire.
ಹೌದು
And
ಮೇಡಮ್, ವೆರಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಎಂಪೈರ್.
the tradition of 9 days Navratri, and the 10th day was the Vijayadashmi, was celebrated where the king was weighed against gold, against silver, against fruits, against grain, against dal, etc. And it was distributed among different types of people. And that continued even in today in Karnataka and many parts of India. When you pray God, you say whatever you get, then you get the child Tulabhara or your Tulabhara. Tulabhara means actually weighing. There's a weighing machine. You have to sit on one side, and other side they whatever you want they put it, and then you have to weigh. This comes from a tradition in Mahabharata where Krishna was weighed in Tulabhara by his wife Satyabhama in gold, but the weight was not equal. When his dear wife Rukmini came, she just put one tulsi leaf on that, then it was weighed equally. So this comes as a part of the tradition in India from Mahabharata, and it continued in Vijayanagar. Now it continues in Mysore kingdom or in the royal house of Mysore.
Wow, that is brilliant.
Vijayanagar,
No,
the
you
answer,
have
the
answered
empire
it.
is fine. Okay.
Thank you so much for that answer, Avyuk and family. Lovely to see all of you. And yes, so many different answers. Like I mentioned before, all the different variations of spellings we have taken into consideration. Totally all right. Let's see what the leaderboard will look like. Ooh, interesting changes. Dhriti is now leading the scoreboard. Then we have Sukrit, Rajiv Ratnam, Rohan, and we have Mukund. Let's see what we have next. This is the Tulabhara small bit, ma'am, that you mentioned, the mythological story. That picture is something that we put here. The Krishna, Satyabhama, and the Rukmini story.
Here is Krishna, and the treasure of gold is lying in front of him. It was not weighing equal, but Rukmini comes and puts one leaf of tulasi, then equally it was done, indicating it is not the money, it is the bhakti or your shraddha towards somebody is more important than money.
Thank you so much for that. Hope all of you children, you're making a note of these stories, right? Keep it in your mind, put it somewhere there. With that, let's move on to our next question. What we have in store. Remember to type in your answers. I'm pleased to read it.
Which UNESCO World Heritage Site in Karnataka gets its name from this flower that blooms once in 12 years? Actually, that is sometimes you can see even in Tamil Nadu also it flowers. Even Tamil Nadu also sometimes it flowers. But I know more about Karnataka, but okay, this is a flower. It's very delicate. And when you go at that time, the whole mountain with the blue carpet, it is so, I'm giving a lot of clues to you. It's enchanting. And it is only once in 12 years, not every year. And lots of tourists come to see these flowers because once in 12 years. People don't go to see the rose because it comes every year. Or Nishigandha or Rajnigandha, they don't go every year. But for this, people go.
Children, remember the question is for the World Heritage Site. Okay, ma'am is giving you different clues about the flower, but remember we're asking about the place.
Which UNESCO World Heritage Site in Karnataka gets its name from this flower that blooms once in 12 years?
Superb. We already have about 140 answers that have come in. So at random, let's pick one of you to give me the answer. Let's see, Sid Shrikant, sorry. S-I-D, Shrikant, S-R-I-K-A-N-T. To tell us the answer out loud, let's see if it is right or wrong.
Hi ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, Sid. We can see you now. Yes, please go.
Yeah, I think the answer is Neela Kurunji flower, which might be found in Nilgiris.
Yeah, but it's not a wrong answer also. It's not a wrong answer also. But in Karnataka, if you ask in Karnataka.
I'm not sure for that. Is it somewhere in the Western Ghats though?
It
Yeah,
is.
the answer is Western Ghats.
Okay. Thank you. Western Ghats.
Yes, the answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Western Ghats, Nilgiri, all of those is something that we'll take into consideration because, like how ma'am was telling you, the blue color entirely. So that is because, that name is what, Nilgiri gets from. So you give Western Ghats also, we've taken all of those answers, do not worry. Neela Kurunji also we're giving you because you know the answers to it.
Yeah, see Western Ghat also, sometimes they call with that in Canada, it's the blue flower mountain, etc. Nilgiri is also right, Western Ghat is also right for this. Because it was in Karnataka, so Nilgiri's shades are less in Karnataka, more on Western Ghat. So that is the way I would have felt it. But
Yes.
both are equally correct.
Superb. So many right answers. Wonderful students. Wonderful.
So there are many boundaries, like, Belgiri Ranganath temple,
Yeah.
etc. They do get a Chikmagaluru, but not a carpet, one or two. But the carpet is Nilgiri and Western Ghats.
Absolutely. I think we've covered all the answers. Thank you. The name of the flower is Neela Kurunji, students. So thank you for asking that question. That is why Nilgiri or Western Ghats. So in the regional languages, we call it Nilgiri, which is why we'll give you that answer. Western Ghats, like how ma'am mentioned, is the right one. Super. Now that we've reviewed the answers, moving on to the next, let's look at the leaderboard. Interesting changes. We have Rohan, who's now topped the leaderboard, and we have Parnika, Jyoti, Maya, and Sukrit. Superb, superb. Let's see what we have next. So yes, Nilgiris or the Blue Hills, the names itself, like how we have discussed. So to ask a question to a teacher, we have another teacher actually. So we have a question from Miss Seema from Regency Public School. Seema ma'am, if you're here, can you let us know you're here? We have Seema ma'am. Can we unmute ma'am, please? Ma'am, please. Seema ma'am, are you
Good
there?
afternoon. Yes, this is Meenakshi here. I work as a teacher with Regency Public School, Bangalore North. Ma'am, it's a great privilege talking to you this afternoon. I'm really grateful for that, and grateful to QShala for inviting us. Ma'am, my question to you is, today reading being a dying art among us all, especially children with advent of social media, how would you perceive the idea to bring back the excitement for books?
It's a worldwide question, and there is no exact answer, to be honest with you. But there are many ways to interpret that. For example, reading may be less by books, but they may read through Google. Ultimately, it's reading in a way. Is it not true? Or parents and teachers have to make a reading 1 hour per day as a strict habit. But ultimately, it is left to the child to pick it up. So you should not expect how it was there 50 years back. People used to read a lot. People don't read now because you have alternate method of gaining knowledge. It may not be through books, but there are many other devices. There are many other visual, video, audio, visual methods. The joy of reading is something which a child should enjoy, which you should make it a habit when they are young. Parents, please spend time on that. And as much as possible, don't buy video games or too many video things when they are young. Later you can have, by the time they would have developed reading habit. But when I talk to publishers, they say in COVID time, they sold a lot more books than normal because people were at home and that was the only way they could entertain themselves.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And advance wishes to all the young minds here. A very, very happy Children's Day. Thank you, ma'am. It's a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Meenakshi ma'am and Regency Public School for this wonderful question. And with that, students also, this would be the last question in this round. So we'll be doing something very interesting for clicking a photo as well. So since we've spoken a lot about travel, right? So what I'd ask all of you is keep an item handy which reminds you of a favorite trip of yours. Okay, just keep that handy. Right after the question, we will all take a nice picture. So this is only for that. Okay. So we still have one more question. All of you get ready. Here's the next one. Ma'am, over to you.
Dhanvantari, the king of Kashi, a Hindu mythological character, is associated with which natural medicine system? Actually, Dhanvantari is a god, not king of Kashi. It's not correct. Dhanvantari is a god in Hindu mythological character, is associated with natural medicine system. Here is Dhanvantari. But what is that medicine?
All of you, make sure that you type in your answers. Like I've mentioned, don't worry about the spellings, right? And if you want to answer these questions, you'll have to switch on your video, students. Otherwise, there's no point in it. And right, already 120 answers have come in. Ma'am, in your book as well, you've spoken about natural medicine, like in the story. I don't want to reveal the story also. And you've mentioned about food and lifestyle as well. What is one thing in your routine that you do not miss at all to keep yourself healthy?
Walking. I just can't miss walking. Other day I had some ligament problem on my feet. So I told doctor, okay, I will have bandage, but I will walk. He said, no, don't be foolish. I said, at least 2 hours, little bit of 2 hours, half an hour at least. Walking is one thing which I don't want to miss at all.
That is superb. Thank you so much, ma'am. On that note, without any particular order, let me invite Sanjay Vinod to give us the answer out loud. That is SANGJHAI.
Yes, ma'am. The answer is Ayurveda.
What is everybody's answer?
Most of you have given Ayurveda. Let's see.
Yeah, all of them. Dhanvantari medicine, no, Ayurveda. Ayurveda.
Ayurvedic medicine.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead, Sanjay.
Yes. Sudha ma'am, so in all the books you have written, what is your personal favorite?
How many children your mother has? 2 or 1 or 3?
2.
Go and ask your mom whom she likes the most. She says both. For me, my books are my children. I like all of them.
Thank you, ma'am.
But Sanjay, maybe you can tell us which is your favorite book that Sudha ma'am has written.
My favorite is The Magic of the Lost Temple. The book which is going to release, it's a sequel, and I am super pumped for it.
Yeah, actually, Dhuni is grown up now, not too much, but a couple of years in a COVID time. You will really enjoy it very well, Magic of the Lost Story.
Yes, ma'am. I really am.
You are already writing to me, yeah, Gopi, I can see 1 and 2 Gopi. Gopi 3 is going to come in December. Magic of the Lost Temple story is just released. And people are asking me, when are you writing the 3rd one? I said, no, let me wait. It took 7 years for me to write this one. It has come out very well, Magic of the Lost Story. Yeah, Dhruv Tara Dalal, poor small kid is raising his hand. Yes, beta. Yes, Dhruv. Yeah, I just want to say hello to you.
Yes.
Good morning, ma'am. I also have a dog named Loki, and I love reading books of Gopi diaries.
Actually, thank you. I'll convey that to Gopi. Given a chance, I would like to talk to all kids, but there's the shortage of time. Otherwise, I love to talk to kids. You know, children read stories. They are good stories, not because of me. The stories tell you some morals which are so important in life. I grew up with all these stories, and that has helped me a lot in life. I want you should not spend all your time on a digital device or spending looking at the cartoons on the TV. Reading is a better habit, better to the eyes, actually, better to the eyes. And there your books are you are never. Yes, beta. Sanika RK Bengaluru. I saw your letter also on your, you showed me your letter. Sanika, very nice. Reading is a great habit. Books are your never failing friends. When you're alone, take a book, start reading. You will be lost in the kingdom of books.
Lovely. So just to read out the scoreboard, we have Rohan who's still leading. Then we have Jyoti, Parnika, Sukrit, and Maya. And to wrap up this one round for today, so let's see what we have next. So true to family quiz in QShala Family Quiz, we have a mother-daughter duo, that is Anika Yadav and her mother, asking a question, one last question to Sudha ma'am. So Anvika and mom, are you there? Yes, they're asking you to unmute Anvika. Give us a moment. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Over to you, Anvika.
Ma'am, my question is, what were your fond of memories on Children's Day?
Well, when I was a kid, Pandit Nehru was alive. Okay, so I've seen him as the Prime Minister. He came to my town, and I've seen him in flesh and blood. That day, we all got a peppermint in those days, because things are not that much ice cream, etc. And we used to have a debate competition, what children like. And we used to have a children club, and I was the president of that. That is my fond memory when I was 13 or 14. I was the head of the children, 12 years old, club of the children, students in our class, in our high school, and seeing Pandit Chacha or Mr. Nehru, used to call him Nehru Chacha. I remember that. That is my remembrance as a Children's Day.
Thank you so much for that question, Anvika. And on that note, let's see what we have next. We have a quick photo moment, like I mentioned, since the entire story, the storybook that is The Magic of Lost Story, the book is all, but when I read it, I felt like I was going on different tours, different places itself. So as a note to that, all of you get an item that reminds you of your favorite place. So here I'm holding like a small tile from my trip to Goa. So you can all quickly get an item that reminds you of your favorite trip, and we will take a picture. Bright smiles, everyone. Okay. And you can also hold a book. I see so many of you holding Sudha ma'am's books as well. You can hold that also. Along with that, hold one item that reminds you of your favorite place. Superb. Bright smiles, everyone. And 3, 2, 1. Paneer, let's take a picture. Okay. Hold on to those smiles because there are quite a few pages to go. All of you. Beautiful. Okay.
I really want all of you should read Magic of the Lost Story. It's a really good book.
Ma'am, thank you so much for taking your time out to speak with all of us here. You told us so many stories and about your books as well. You answered so many questions from our children also. So thank you so much for being part of today's QShala Family Quiz.
Thank you. There are so many kids, they're raising their hands, but there is no time, beta. Otherwise, I would have talked to Runal, Joshi, Mrudula, Anaya, Munde, and many more children. My big hug to you, though I am away from you, and have fun on Children's Day. Read more books, Take more responsibility at home. Don't ask too much, trouble your mom and say, I want to eat this. Whatever she cooks, respect it and eat. Spend some time in sports and read books and study well. Make a balanced life. Goodbye and good luck.
Ma'am, on a closing note, it would be lovely if you could tell us how was your experience being part of today's quiz.
Oh my, it was really, really nice because kids are very sharp actually. Kids are very sharp and they understand a lot more than for their age, maybe because of the heavy competition or Google or Wikipedia. So one should be very careful when one writes. I have to prepare a lot more to write my book because I should not write something wrong, because you will come to know, and I should be authentic. So I myself traveled from Gangamula to Tunga to Bhadra, the joining of Tunga and Bhadra, Sringeri, then I went to Vijayanagar Empire, then I went to Kadagnath, then I went to Alampura. I did this entire tour, then only I wrote this book.
Thank you so much again for joining us. Lovely. It was a lovely thing to have you here. All your students, do buy your copy today at 20% discount. The link to the book is on the chat box, right? So go to that. Top 10 winners will be winning these books. All the others, you can buy it using the link that is provided. Let's all say quick bye to Sudha ma'am. All of you do stay back because we have one more round to go. Thank you so much, Sudha ma'am, for being part.
Thank you very much. And you can look at the cover page of The Magic of the Lost Story, where Nooni is standing, the river is flowing. She is wondering, what is this? So you are all my Noonis. Okay? And please enjoy. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. With that, all of you, one more quick thing. On 18th of November 2022, that's on Friday, we have another quiz that we're bringing to you. This is called the Safety Quiz. This is in association with the Arundhati Foundation. So you can register for the online safety quiz as well. So the link is in the chat box as well. So this is for grades 5 to 8 only. So if you do fall under that category, quickly register yourself for the quiz, that is the safety quest. Do not forget. Moving on, one last round for the day, a quick rapid fire round. This will
Hey folks, looks like Kanaga has dropped out. So here's your question. You have last 1 minute, 1 second, and there are your responses. The correct answer to this question was Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. And the question that we were talking about was, actor Amir Khan named his son after which freedom fighter and India's first education minister? So yes, the answer is Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. And 114 of you got it absolutely right. And let's have a look at the leaderboard with this. So here we have a dramatic change, right? So Sukrit is leading, followed by Aniket, Maya K, Rohan all too well, and Tanushri. Well done, everyone. And 9 players have just hit the answer streak of 4. That's amazing. And with that, let's move on to the next question. Are you all ready?
Thank you, Komal ma'am, for that. Lovely. Lovely to see the scoreboard change. Moving on to the next question. Here we go. Yeah, but the reason why we ask you a question about Maulana Abul Kalam Azad is because yesterday was National Education Day, which is celebrated on account of Abul Kalam Azad's birthday. So remember that. Moving on to the next question. Fingers on your Kahoot devices. Here's the next question. Which popular show that bridges cultural and educational gaps turned 53 years old in 2022? Is it Sesame Street, Pepper, the Powerpuff Girls, or Scooby-Doo? Right? Which popular show that bridges cultural and educational gaps turned 53 years old in 2022? The Indian version of it is something that most of you were part of, in my opinion, right? Here in QShala itself. Okay, time's up. Superb. 110 of you giving me the right answer. This was Sesame Street. And here you can see two beautiful characters from Sesame Street also. Such a wonderful experience where, you know, just like how in QShala, all you young children, you come in here, not just children, but families come here for answering questions and having a gala of a time. I hope all of you are having a wonderful time. So that is exactly what Sesame Street does as well. Super. Moving on to, let's see the scoreboard right now. Interesting changes. Trivikram is now making a debut to the top 5, and Anika Shanbag as well. Inika Iyengar is back with an answer streak of 3. That is brilliant, Inika. Moving on to the next question. Here you go. A quick true or false question, right? Shyam Negi, Independent India's first voter, voted 6 months before rest of India in the 1950s election due to snowfall. Is it true or is it false? So you can see Shyam Negi's picture also on your screen. So Shyam Negi, Independent India's first voter, voted 6 months before the rest of India in the 1950s election due to snowfall. Can become false due to so many different reasons. It can become true due to so many different reasons. So think and answer, students. Think about this. 150 of you giving me the right answer. This is definitely true. Shyam Negi, who passed away on November 5th this year itself. So he was the first voter in independent India. You can see his picture as well. He voted 6 months before the rest of India because now if the elections were to happen on the scheduled date itself, the Himachal Pradesh entire area, that is where he was from. So there could be snowfall and everything, and nobody could step out of their homes. So that is why there was a separate election. So 6 months before he voted, was first voter, and also said to be the oldest voter as well. Moving on to the scoreboard, we have Samruddhi, who's the highest climber, up 40 places. Wow, that is a leap. Samruddhi. Jyoti is still leading. Madhavan and Aniket have made a debut to top 5. With that, moving on to the next question. A quick MCQ. We'll show you the picture of a painting by Claude Monet depicting fog in which famous city, right? So that's all that I'm asking. Claude Monet's painting is what you're saying. It might look like, you know, it's a photograph, but no, it's actually a painting by Claude Monet. So this is depicting fog. In which famous city is this? Is it Tokyo, New York, London, or San Francisco? Observe every element in the picture, students. You'll be able to answer them. 183 of you gave me answers, out of which 110 are absolutely right. In the painting, you could clearly see the Big Ben, the Parliament, and this is the Thames. Superb job. This is London itself. Not just smog. I think in India, we're speaking about smog, which is majorly happening in Delhi and other NCR places, right? And which has also led to, you know, nowadays, the schools have gone back to online in different parts of NCR. Okay, super. Thank you so much, all of you. Let's look at the next bit. Yes, the next Sunday Family Quiz edition, that is the 115th edition, which is we're partnering with Rupa Publications. That is happening on 27th November 2022. That is Sunday. So do not miss it. Make sure that you register very, very early on itself. Brilliant, brilliant. Thank you for being part of this edition of the Sunday Family Quiz. And also not just 27th, I think I'll meet you all on 18th itself for the safety quest. The registration link is on the chat box. We will send it to you again. You can register it if you fall under the grade 5 to grade 8 category. Let's move on. A quick word cloud to all of you. Describe your experience at today's QShala Sunday Family Quiz. What did you feel like? Right, today we had Sudha Murthy ma'am who told us so many stories, who told us about reading and eating, looking at places, right? And ma'am spoke about Gopi also, temple festivals, so many different things. You answered a lot of questions as well. So on for about today's QShala Sunday Family Quiz, what is it that you felt? Describe it in just one word or two words. It'll be lovely to hear. Super awesome, happy, excited, amazed, lifetime opportunity, good, awesome, exciting. This is amazing. Lovely, lovely to hear all of these. Okay. So do join our WhatsApp group for more updates. And I'll see you all on 18th November as part of Safety Quest. So remember, Safety Quest, QShala is organizing it in partnership with Arundhati Foundation, and it is supported by Rohini Nilekani Foundation as well. So all the prizes are sponsored by Rohini Nilekani Foundation. You can win a lot of amazing Amazon vouchers also. So the Safety Quest link is also on your chat box. To join our WhatsApp group for more updates, more such quizzes, more such amazing content that is also there on your chat box. So click on them, do not forget. Okay. And on that note, today is November 13th. That means tomorrow is Children's Day. So Team QShala wishes all of you a very, very happy Children's Day. Do all things amazing. Be curious. Stay curious, students. Thank you so much. Stay back to find out the winners. Let's see what the podium looks like. Here's the podium. In the third position, we have Trivikram. Superb, answering 9 out of 9 questions. And in the second position, we have Anika Shanbag and today's champion, Madhavan. Big round of applause to you. Our runners-up are Sachin and Aniket. Big round of applause. The top 10 winners from today will get a free copy of The Magic of the Lost Story by Sudha Murthy ma'am. All the others, you can get the book, you can buy the book at 20% discount on the link that you can see on the chat box as well. Thank you so much, all of you. It was wonderful to have you all here, seeing so many bright faces. Right? Happy Sunday, happy week to all of you. Happy Children's Day in advance. See you all soon for the Safety Quest and the subsequent family quiz as well. Bye-bye. Thank you so much.